Good morning or good afternoon. Welcome to the first of our thoughts for the week that the Pastoral team are going to be sending out in the absence of assemblies taking place at the moment. We wanted to have some time for you to reflect each week and consider an important idea, something that fits with our ethos in the school. The first is something that's really important at the moment, a really challenging time. It's important for us all to maintain our well-being, our social well-being, emotional, mental and physical well-being. There's a really simple way of helping people to remember the different things that can help you to achieve a better state, and that's summarised by the NHS in the 5 ways to well-being. I'm going to put up on the screen the 5 different facets. They are give, keep learning, be active, take notice and connect. And I'd like to talk about 2 of those this morning. They are connect and to give. So firstly, connections. Well, at the moment it might seem like it's really difficult to continue connecting. We aren't able to go out of our houses, we aren't able to go and see our friends, apart from only able to go out of our houses for very limited purposes. And that makes it quite tricky, but we're very lucky in that we live in an age where technology enables us to continue to connect with our friends and with our family. And I think it's really important for you to continue to do that. Texting is a great way, but there are many platforms that enable video communication. And I think video is a far more effective way of connecting with people and with your friends and with your family, because it enables that really important part of communication, which is body language and facial expressions. Up to 80% of our communication can be through that manner. So it's really important that you continue to make positive connections with your friends. I'm going to include a link to a video clip which is by a relatively well-known YouTuber who talks about positive friendships and positive connections, and I want you to watch that video and think about whether or not your friendships tick those boxes, and that whether or not you approach your friendships in a way that ticks those boxes. Please do take time to watch that. Secondly, the staff here at school are available for you to connect with. We want to support you. I've been taken aback by how willing staff are to go above and beyond and to provide support for pupils in the best way we can, given the constraints that we have. So please do feel free to connect with your teachers, with your form tutors, with your heads of year, the safeguarding team. We are all here to help you to work through any challenges you have. I think finally, on the point of connection, we don't need to just look to our friends or our family away from our household. It's not just the teachers. You look right in your household. You really should be connecting, and this is probably one of the most important things, really connecting with your siblings and with your parents, taking some quality time away from the phone, away from devices, to do simple things, to play a game with your family. Just take time out and connect. It doesn't need to just be with people. There are lots of opportunities for you to make connections, meaningful, positive connections with your pet, for example, or with the world around you. I'm very fortunate to have a garden, and it's really nice to come and take a moment or 2 to just sit and just listen at times, and that is a very important part of improving your well-being. So please do think about the connections you're making. The second part of the talk is to talk about giving, and in particular showing a bit of kindness. Now, there's been a lot of studies into the impact of being kind on the person who is the recipient, but also the person who's acting out in a kind way or doing a kind act. It's really interesting for me as a science teacher to see the science behind it. There's a suggestion that carrying out a kind act can have positive physical benefits for both individuals involved in the act. It can change serotonin levels and oxytocin levels, and they've recorded that in some studies, and then that shows a link with maybe a reduction in stress or anxiety, and some people are even going as far as saying that it reduces the risk of things like heart disease or helps you to live longer. I'm not sure about those really bold claims, but I think it is important to note that being kind and being the recipient of a kind act is very important for our overall well-being, our mental and also our physical well-being. Gatton has a rich history of kindness. 2 institutes were set up to support those people who were more in need, children more in need of support. We came together on this site paid a very small fee, which is an act of kindness again, to get this fantastic land that we have now. And the staff I work with continue to astound me with how kind they are, how much they're willing to give. So I think that Gatton really does stand for giving and for kindness, and I'd like us all to come together as a community. So there's 2 challenges I'm going to set you. Firstly, I would like you to step back, and I would like you to genuinely consider how many positive connections you make time for in a day, with your family, with your siblings, with your friends. Properly meaningful, positive connections. And do you sit back and just look at the world around you and make a connection with that? And the second part of the challenge is, I'd like you to make time to be kind to someone, help someone in your household with something without expecting anything back. Say something nice to one of your friends without any prompting or any expectation that they say something nice back. Do something kind and just observe and see what impact that has on you. I really hope you're all staying safe and well, and I look forward to seeing you when hopefully we're out again at some point in the near future, but in a safe way.